We're streaming on YouTube.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, YouTube. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
We did it.
We did it.
We did it. So, welcome to Friends in the Key of Life, a series with Wrenn Media, and with its special focus on As In podcast that I still believe is coming to ears near you, that we will have a sponsor. Looking at you, Spotify, looking at you, OpenAI, because you just bought a podcast. You know, you're going to hear some snippets from our conversations. And when I say our, allow me to introduce the one and only Christina Hartman. Christina M. Hartman.
Hello. Thanks for the intro, Penny. Appreciate it. Penny and I have known each other for a long time.
A very long time.
Since high school.
Since high school.
And yeah, we often have a lot to talk about. So
we do.
We are.
That started in, what, 2015? When were you? So Christina is a former congressional candidate. She is a consultant. She is a powerhouse. And I'm going to let her tell you more about what she is, because she's...
multitudes.
I was gonna say you're a shero, like you were legit a shero of mine. You are.
Penny,
you are.
amazing.
You really are. 100%.
Thank
Go ahead
you.
though.
The feelings mutual. So, no, I like many people, including you. I am multitudes. I am lots of things. Folks find that really hard to understand sometimes, but I've worked in international development and doing democracy and governance work all over the world. Unfortunately, last year, the Trump administration annihilated my industry. And so, but we continue to do some of that good work despite the U.S. government's current stance. I am a consultant. I do strategic planning and fundraising and programming for organizations both here in the United States and around the world. And yeah, I was involved in politics nationally and in Pennsylvania for a long time. We still do a little bit. And then I split our time between Philly and the UK these days. My husband's British, and we've got some stuff going on over there. So that's me.
It's a lot. It's so much. And she's so good at explaining it. She's one of the best public speakers I know. And I say that having heard her speak in different environments, including on the campaign trail. Not only were her suits impeccably tailored, but her speeches, her stumping was just impeccably timed. It had a great rhythm, never too long, never too short. And she ran her first, was that a national? Because, you know, I don't really, that was her first national election before what I'll call the big wave. So before
it was cool to run for office.
Before it was cool to run for office. Like, so think about it. 2016, Trump is inaugurated, and everybody, you know who you are. I'm talking to you, non-Black women, were so upset by this idea, and here all of y'all go running for Congress. She didn't need all of that to start running for Congress, and was running what I call it's so funny because I keep hearing the establishment and progressives, the establishment and the insurgents, the establishment and the dissidents. And I'm like, I don't think you're either anymore.
Correct.
Okay.
I never was.
Like, yeah, I knew that you were.
I never was.
But I feel like,
but again, everybody just wants to create these binaries.
Yeah, but the establishment, I feel like you couldn't have been. I think the establishment did you dirty. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think the establishment did not. I feel like they should have led with you.
Oh well, that would have
made
a
lot more sense. It would have won because of what won. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what was and it would have been just enough change. It would have tapped into what people were really saying and doing and how they were really feeling.
Right, because then not only the wave came, but also AOC's election the following year. Term.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And
I was 10 years younger. So.
Well, so right, because if this had happened if this had happened, it wouldn't happen now, because she would be like, her no would have been so clear, and her let me tell you what would have been so clear, and I felt like we were so wise then, but we really were. That was
correct. Oh, I mean, per usual, we were ahead of our
time, but we were even like ahead of our own sense of how clear we would be. Do you know what? This is one of the things you asked me. Oh, so spoiler alert, she did not win. She earned it. She did not win the seat in the contest. And there was a period of time, it might have been even before the election, one of the things you would call me and ask me is, what do we owe people? What do we owe people? Like, what are we obliged to do? It'd be a context-free question. But it's an interesting question for me to reconsider in this moment because I can't even imagine. Like, I can't imagine, like, you're so clear with what you will and will not do that what you owe, you're already living it. Do you know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't need to ask I can't imagine you asking that question today.
Interesting.
I can't imagine you asking that question today. I imagine you being so clear about what you owe as part of who you are, and that's I don't have to piecemeal who, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. And when we were talking about that, like, what do we owe people? Were we also talking, like, what do we owe each other? Like, what do we owe? What does the system owe people? What was the context, Penny? Because I'm actually
It was context free.
It was context free. Okay.
It was context free from how I remember it.
Yeah.
It would be in like a Why not? Yeah.
Perfect. That sounds like a plan.
It is a plan.
Perfect. That sounds like a plan.
It is a plan. It is a plan. Are you now sheepishly leaving the room, Brian? Okay.
We had technical difficulties.
Give it up for now technical difficulties. Give it up for Brian, part of PB&J Media, my beloved husband. Thank you. Putting that as a thing. Thank you, baby.
As he walks away.
As he walks away, but he's so helpful.
He really is.
Anyway, so to me, I remember it being context free.
Interesting. No, I think you're right. It's like we're in a different situation, different place in our lives. And I mean, I think we were both pretty clear before, but now it's
I like
even
to
clearer.
think we were, right.
I think just as the years go on, where we are as a country, as a people, what we're doing as friends, as women, as all the roles that we play, I think it just continues to become clearer and clearer, like what we're doing and or not doing.
Or not doing.
Or not doing,
Or not
as
doing.
the case may be. Right?
Or not doing.
Yeah.
And we're comparing today, 2026, to, I have my phone on peace. We're comparing today, 2026, to 2015, 2016, 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
So, and we were both living in our hometown of Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And we would meet. So I was working at a startup and you were running for office.
Right.
That was your full-time job.
It was, yeah. Yep, it was, because it is a full-time job.
Because it is a full-time job, which is a thing that I learned. I learned a lot. Yeah, and it was, I don't know, like the timing, I think everybody became more political or like, I want to say politically literate. That's not exactly it. Politically aware, not exactly it. But the zeitgeist, it just became so political.
That's
2016 on. And I guess beginning in 2008 and on the internet in a way that I didn't understand at the time.
That's true.
Yeah. But so I was working at a startup. You were running for office, and we would meet for cocktails.
It was great. It was
so great.
It was a great way to decompress and also discuss the topics. Penny's a great advice giver, as I'm sure you've learned through if you've watched any of.
I don't really give good advice on here, but I don't really give advice. I'm having a difficult time showing up as who I am. It helps to be in conversation with someone.
Yeah, no, but that's what I mean. Like, as in Penny's excellent, well, because of her journalism background, right? An excellent question asker, an excellent prober, an excellent food for thought person. And so all of that was amazingly helpful to continue to keep my wheels turning. I think another thing that's really difficult or can be difficult if, you're like a reasonably smart person, you need to be challenged and finding somebody that can challenge you in an intellectual way while also still being supportive and helpful, like is a real gift. And you have that gift. And I think that's part of like what our conversations were about. And you were never afraid to call me out.
I was never afraid to call you in. You were so open and you didn't treat any of my questions as beside the point. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, but they weren't.
Well, but any other time, and remember, this is the girl who worked at Esquire, and like those are the political conversations I'm around. So I ask a frankly spoken something or other, and this was 2008, right? And it wasn't yet the white people reckoning with themselves time that happened 2016 onward. You know what I'm saying? So like we were meeting again. We were a little ahead of the curve there because that's 2014, 2015. You know, we were having the conversations with each other that people had with each other in 2020. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we were already having, but so we probably had it even more because we actually were having conversations.
Right. Yeah, we were. And conversations, so about race, of course, but also just about, again, how the system does or doesn't work and also like what people know. So like one of the greatest gifts that somebody can give you is if they're a smart person but not in your space, or a person who's good at asking questions but not necessarily in your space, then they're bringing to your attention things that the, let's say, the average person would also be asking themselves, right? And maybe not have the guts to ask. And so I always take those questions really seriously because I think to myself, like, well, if that person's asking, that person is very smart and they are on top of a lot of things. So if they're asking me that question and they have the courage to ask that question to me, then what is the average person thinking, right, about this? Or what do they know about this? Or how can I raise this or bring this up, right? Because I think, too, remembering, and this is true in my work as well, right? Like, you kind of have to keep socializing ideas and keep getting people on the same page and keep thinking about what it is that they might know versus what they might not know. And again, remembering that everybody needs to hear everything 3 times and like all these types of things. And so anyway,
some people haven't even heard it once.
Correct. Some people even haven't even heard it once. And then also remembering that even if they have heard it 3 times, maybe you didn't say it in a way that was a way that they could receive that information.
So that's, you need to say it 3 times per person in the room. So that's like saying it 3 times times 300 or whatever.
And then also, and then finding different ways to say
finding
it.
different ways to say it for each of those.
You can, and this is why we have this podcast as in, because we're often, so I just want to say for everybody's awareness, I got 100% on the analogy section of the SAT. So my life's work is really analogies and making them. I'm very good at it. And I've been very good at it for a very long time.
This is new information, but it's clarifying. We're at the clarifying layer right now.
So,
which apparently is the thing that we said because I'm going to play you the Notebook LM podcast, because, you know, there's an AI version of our podcast that already kind of exists in Notebook LM. So I'm going to play you a little bit of that. Okay. But apparently we talked about something called the clarifying layer, and I'm listening to it like, that was brilliant.
God, we are so smart.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
So we use as in. I mean, I use as in a lot to make.
I got it from her.
And a different. Although, you know what? It showed up in a New York Times crossword puzzle recently. So
did it?
Yeah. But it's
really
creating these analogies and creating.
I don't like what this thing is. Okay, maybe
understanding for other people, right? So finding things that people understand. So, for example, I'm a fundraiser, right? I do fundraising, and if you don't understand fundraising, but maybe you're somebody who's trained for a marathon or a half marathon or something like this. So fundraising is very similar to running, like training for a race. Like you run 1 mile 1 week, you run a 2nd mile the 2nd week, 3rd mile, blah, 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 right? And in fundraising, like over the course of a year, you're raising this much money 1 week, the next money, and it builds on itself, right?
You need to reach out to Low B. You need to reach out to Low B, please, as a favor. Yeah. Fundraising. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just saying, like, don't let me forget to say that. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, but just to say that, like, just finding, we're talking about ways to talk to people in different ways. And so finding ways, simplifying language, right? I worked in DC for a long time, and you know, that town will convince you that if you don't have a PhD, you're dumb. In the same way that New York will convince you if you don't have the right clothes that you're not worth anything. And so, and probably LA if you're not thin enough, like, you know, whatever. Every city has its thing. But DC will convince you you're not smart unless you have a PhD. And what I figured out was that my superpower wasn't having in fact, it was like the fact that I didn't have a PhD, that I could still talk and communicate at a very high level with very smart people, but that I could also take that and create language that was more ordinary and more far-reaching, right? That was for lots of different kinds of people, and lots of people could access that language.
And I'm going to dare to say that even the people in the room with the PhDs also needed, because sometimes a lot of their so-called agreement is just, it's still not actually hearing what's being communicated.
Oh, well, that's a constant problem for all sorts of people who don't hear what you're actually saying.
What you're actually saying, which is where her as in thing comes. So she says she has this way of saying something. So as in what I just did. I was going to explain it, but then I was like, well, no, as in what I just did. She hasn't, but I feel like you're deliberately not saying as in right now.
No, I just have like gotten, because you and I haven't seen each other for a long time, so I got out of the habit.
Did you really?
Well, no, I still say it, but just like,
but not
less.
as less, right?
Perhaps less. I go through phases with phrases.
Well,
if you
so
will.
in one of the, I got to play you some audio. One of the audio clips I was listening to, I was talking about getting it from you, and that I found myself using it more at work, and was talking about the age difference between me and the kids, you know, and how I was so obsessed. The Jackson Pollock. This is how I got to the Jackson Pollock painting thing. Because I felt like everything I was saying was just like another splatter on the wall. And so as in became my, like, but do you see all the splatters? Like it became my, you know, over splattering.
Right.
But like, do you understand what I'm saying? And it gave me back some semblance of a splatter, you know?
You know what? And I think that's also an interesting point. Love the art analogy, because I think of it too as often call it like, and this is not, I didn't come up with this, someone else did, I'm sure, but like the forest, the trees, and the leaves, right? And so I think sometimes when we're talking to other folks, trying to help them understand where we are, like, I'm trying to give you the big picture. I'm trying to give you the forest right now. So like, work with me. Don't worry about the details yet, right? Like, I'm working with a young person right now, like very focused on the details. Really excited about them. And like, I'm like, great, I totally hear you, but we're just not there yet. And so like, let's keep this focus on this big picture. What is it that we're trying to do? Maybe come down a layer to those trees, and then we'll kind of fill in the details
like
later.
Fill out
right.
But the details are going to come out once you get to the trees. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
yes, otherwise you're going to have too many details in the picture.
Right.
But
and also your details might be wrong or
for
whatever.
for the tree.
Right. So figuring out what those leaves look like takes some time, and sometimes and it's possible that like you start with the details and you move the other way. I don't know, right? But I'm a macro thinker. You're a macro thinker. So like we start up top here.
I'm not as much of a macro thinker as you might think. Okay, fine. This is literally a lot of our conversations where I'm like, actually, and Christina's like. Well, about me, about things.
I mean,
okay,
that's like to your point about the painting, right? Like you're providing the
but
blotches.
those are the blotches are like details,
right?
To
they
me.
are, but you're still coming back and saying, so do you see how it all fits together, right? Because the other thing that we all want is to know how our little bit fits into something bigger, right? Like most people, not everybody, but most people, the majority of people want to know where their little splotch fits into this bigger picture.
Show me where my splotch. Show me where my splotch fills in. Show me where my splotch goes.
Oh my goodness.
That sounds a little dirty though. Never mind. I wanna splotch you up. Splotch. Yeah, everybody does want to know where their splotch goes. You do.
How it fits in. Yeah.
How it fits in,
Yeah.
the splotch.
And like they're part
Hashtag
of it.
splotch. TM. Don't go stealing it. That's going to
Oh
be
my
part
God.
of our merch. Go
Penny
ahead.
and her TMs. The big splotch. That's actually the new name for the podcast.
It's like a splotch.
But the
Or
big splotch is a
the
good name
big
for a
splo-
podcast.
Oh, it is the big splotch?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
That's a good name for a podcast.
That's a great name for a podcast. So if as in where was about the details at the big splotch,
It's about the big picture.
it's about the big picture.
Yeah. Like
It's about the big picture.
live here, folks.
Yeah, I know.
Ideas.
This is what just
an
all
idea
day
minute.
long, all day long. Oh, do you hear me, investors? Looking at you, David. I made a plan to remember your last name. It's Friedberg, because she knows this about me, that I'm all into the All In podcast, the one that's hosted by the dudes, the VC dudes that include David Sachs.
Oh, right.
And this is from my
Mm-hmm.
from the Elon years when we talked a lot
Mm-hmm.
about my just give me 5 minutes in an elevator with him, and I was obsessed.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to
And
say,
I was like, how can you like that guy? He's an asshole.
which to me was beside the point, because I feel similarly about Donald Trump, that when some men, people, you put their back against the wall, you make them feel like you hate them so much, or you something them so much, you have so much animosity toward them, unabashed. It does something to a person. It changes it proves whether you're like in righteous indignation and you can rally it for good, like whether you're an MLK type of person, do you know what I'm saying? Or if you're just so pissed that you're like, oh, hell no. I got all of y'all. And that's where he went. You know what I mean? And I think either way, it's like, I got all of y'all. For MLK, it's like, come on, I got all of y'all. For him, it's like, I got all of y'all. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think that's what I always say, y'all. So whenever I'm like, and y'all, because I'm saying that about the Democrats, you know me. That's
Yeah, sometimes it's Democrats, sometimes
Sometimes
it's white
people.
sometimes it's white ladies.
yeah. Sometimes it just depends. It depends.
So try to like stay
Yes, just
on
stay
top
with-
of it. I try my best. Sometimes I have to clarify because I'm like, wait, are we
which
just
white people
talking
am I?
about
Is this
white
white
people?
right now? Or is this no
Right.
Democrats? I'm like Democrats. Can't you
So
tell
right
me
now it's
Democrats?
the Democrats.
So
Okay,
right now I mean
cool.
Democrats.
Lord have mercy.
Or just politicians, party
Yeah,
people,
sometimes just
party
politicians.
people, party people. Those
Right,
party-
but not to be confused with actual party people who enjoy a party, right?
You're making the settings change on my and it's
can
and
see
it's
it over
covering
there?
yes and it's covering up my friend's beautiful face. Whatever you're trying to
Time out
do.
for a second. It's
No.
showing the focus peaking the blue stuff on it. I noticed that when I was
I mean, because that's what I see here. So, but when,
No, be done.
Time out.
No, be
Cut
done.
this out of the-
yes, be done. That's it. No, I
showing
don't want
that?
you to change anything.
But
Thank
see
you.
how there's, like, blue
I
glowing
see
on
that,
it?
and guess what? It looks like we're all
just looks like
we're
it's part of the wallpaper.
sprinkly. We're sprinkly. We're
It's
shimmery.
shimmery.
Because you know what? Shine was her keyword phrase, her
Yeah.
mantra for many years. I don't know if it still is or not. So it's and my
shine
my
has been
legs are
dulled.
shiny too. My legs are shiny. So like we're
good.
promoting that we're great.
We're good.
Thank
don't
you.
want me to fix it.
No, because we were in the middle of a
It's a
conversation.
great. I've been watching it upstairs.
Okay, great. So you just couldn't help it. Having a tinker McGinker.
And he was also just feeling left out.
He was. We should have gotten you a mic.
stool?
Yeah, or a mic, yeah. Well, you can come in later.
I mean, it's live. It never ends.
Yes.
Live television.
Give it up for Brian, PB&J Productions. Bless him heart. Next time we got to remember to include him.
Next time we just gotta get the settings right.
Okay. Give it up for Brian, everybody. No, so, and I don't even remember my point. It was a y'all point.
Y'all politicians are Democratic Party.
Yes, right. And how and the vitriol like that became the Donald Trump response, the obsession with Donald Trump. That, I mean, look, at the end of the day, there was a lot to me that was being said by even that early Trump administration. We've had this conversation before when, what's the facts thing that he said? Not alternative facts. What was the other thing? Fake news. Because remember, I was like, he ain't lying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he ain't lying.
Mm-hmm.
And
no. I mean, I think that's, we've talked about this before too. Just like that, there's a kernel of truth in a lot of things, and nobody's arguing that certain things need to change or whatever. But the way that things have been done, like, there's a really, generally speaking, like a really good reason. So, like, let's just take like last year, the Doge upending of the federal government.
Right.
So it's not that nobody has ever thought to make the government computer systems more efficient. Like, we're not stupid, right? Like, as in, I've never worked for the government, but I've worked in government and with people in government for a long time. Nobody's not thinking about that. It's that they don't have the budget to do what they need to do to overhaul a system, right? Because that costs a lot of money. And to hire, because the way it works is that you hire a private contractor to do that work.
That's the part. It's the way it, so I don't disagree, but I also think that the way it works, it's the way it works that there was, to me, it seems like there is little of that is truly a part of the electoral process. And it was being presented to the public, and no one was saying it at this time. Like, no one was talking back to it in this way, but it was being presented to the public as it was morally wrong, but also, what's that word I'm looking? The unprecedented thing. As if unprecedented actions in and of themselves were
virtuous.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or non-virtuous, or whatever, or not. So the idea that the public is supposed to just nod along with, well, it's worked this way, or it's always worked whatever way.
No, and that I'm not supporting.
Yes, I know
that,
you're not.
Always work the way they worked. And that's how we should
not
do
your
it.
thing, right?
What I mean to say is that they're like. So there's a procurement process, right?
Right.
And that's to make sure that there's 3 bids and it's fair, and that we don't just give contracts to our friends, which is what's currently happening in the Trump administration, right? That we don't just give contracts to like empty things, right? Like, as in that we give it to people who will then never produce something, right? So,
But that's all an internal process that no average person knows or understands.
Yes and no. So, like, there's a lot of people who work at a place where there's a procurement process.
Sure, but they don't know what the procurement process is for each and every vendor of the federal government.
No. Well, first of all, it's the same process.
But,
the point is that, like, they, so that's a good business practice, right? Like, as in the government does that. Businesses do that. It's just a good business practice that you would, to procure an item, you would get 3 bids from 3 different vendors, and then you would weigh them out. And, like, that's just a good business practice.
Sure, but that doesn't mean that it was being practiced in good faith, or that there wasn't some type of rig in the system, no matter how it's performed.
Sure, but there's, like, speaking of spoilers, but it mostly was. It mostly was working.
It was working because there wasn't to me, it was. I'm not saying that it was working or not working, but I don't understand why it needs to be communicated that it was working when the public, like, if this is all we the people authorized and organized, to me, all of these things that the man is being accused of disrupting were things that we don't even hear about didn't hear about for real until he started doing them differently. So, like, there weren't.
That's true. But I think this goes back to a point that I've been struggling with since I got into international development in 1999. Nobody fucking cares, Penny. I can explain it to people all day long, but nobody fucking cares. So I could say that, like, I could explain the work that I did. I could explain how your taxpayer dollars are being used. I did do that for, like, I went into, different classrooms and I did do that for, like, in my own community when I came back from different trips and things and tried to share the work that we did. But nobody's really interested. I have news for you. Equally, nobody's interested in the government procurement processes. So you, a curious person, want to know.
I don't think that that's necessarily the case. I think that Gen Z, they'd be interested.
Okay. No,
Yeah,
that's
I
fair.
do.
But previously,
yes, 100%.
previously nobody was interested, right? So, and I give that firsthand account. I tried to explain what the government was doing with your taxpayer dollars, either at the USAID or the State Department. I could also probably pontificate on the CDC and other various aspects. But when you raise those things in general polite company of, like, regular people, nobody's interested. Trust me, they're not interested.
And why do they need, so nobody's interested, but I guess why would they have to be interested in that in order to have a conversation about questioning it or wanting to think about or wanting permission to talk through what it could look like, what it could be like.
I mean, I think that's...
Or what it could not be like.
Right,
you know what
and
I mean?
I think that's totally a conversation. But again, like, to get into that level of detail and into the weeds, most people don't want to talk about that. That's not interesting to them.
You think most regular people? See, and I think that most politicians aren't comfortable, prepared, or open to talking about that, like talking like that. I think that there's a very, and it will be interesting to see, it actually won't, so it'll be interesting to see how it's reported on when there's a Democratic administration and there is the doing of things that resembles the same kind of self-appointed agency, autonomy, and everything that you see with the current administration, but the messaging is transformed to whatever, faux or signifying we the people language, but really does boil down to just the decision to just kind of run roughshod over how, quote, things have always been done. When, to me, I guess it would be unfortunate for the Democratic Party to, as if we're all hearing this whole identity crisis and I don't know how much of this news is real. Like, I don't know how much of this is like soul searching period. I don't know if this is a thing that, like, they're having come to Jesus moments, or is that a thing? I don't know how party, deep you are these days. So I don't know.
Here's what I would say. I would say so I take your point and I agree to a certain degree. With particularly around the communication and how things are messaged, I 100% agree with that. I think what the Democratic Party doesn't know how to do right now is how to operate as an opposition in a dictatorship. So the strategies that the Trump administration are using are very authoritarian and dictatorial, and I say that as a expert in that space.
Yeah.
And the Democratic Party has no idea how to be an opposition party.
And because there's not, so the idea for them to be an opposition party, they would have to be a people party. They don't know how to be a people party because to be a people party is to fuck Trump, put Trump to the damn side. And you just say, hey, us too, look at the way we've been right. We have been loopholing y'all into oblivion. We have had you, the entire country, stuck in a loophole, closed feedback loop cycle. All of us, all right? Sorry. Sorry. Now, We're going to reconcile this. We are. But for right now, we need to decide on a couple things. One, we going to keep this Constitution, or we going to start setting ourselves up for a revised Constitution. Two, do we want to grow or do we not want to grow? The way the man wanted to get Greenland, not okay. But guess what? We're in this situation now where it's looking like we might be hemispheric. Do we want to be hemispheric? We should talk about that. We should decide all these things. They're like these big, like psychological, like what we doing here? Things that need to be decided and that get to have credit on both sides. So they would not take a side. They would tell us, these are the big tents. We say we want to be a big tent party, forget party. This party shit has had y'all stuck. And we can see that. I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm progressive because I don't understand how these elite people with all this money are progressive. And then when you hide them sometimes in a conservative show, they explain their progressiveness as wanting to expand the welfare state. People don't want that. People don't want that. And the Democratic establishment, whatever it is, y'all made it so that can't nobody give you your flowers while you're yet living. Like, you had a perfect establishment want to work within the system candidate. And shame on you for making that candidate fit in to a certain mode. Putting words in this candidate's mouth. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. You didn't need to do that before. But the thing is, because you're not seeing what you've already done, you can't, you have to, the only way over or whatever is through. It's through. And the thing about your party, you think these things all the time. You got too many black people to not think these things. You got too many brothers and sisters to not think these things. You think these things all the time. And you say nothing. And then let somebody have a risk involved. Let them even lose their life, and all of a sudden, you come saying something that somebody else said. Don't do that. You know what needs to be said. You know what needs to be done. You have to stand up for the actual people. There are 2 more years. Y'all ain't made a decision about nothing. About nothing. And sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I'm not even sure they all understand. Like
and then
when you say they know, I'm not even sure they know those in elected office. I think
some of them do.
Some of them do.
Gavin Newsom knows. Gretchen Whitmer knows.
I would hope so. I think Gretchen knows.
Yeah, Gretchen Whitmer knows, because Gretchen Whitmer, I don't know this. I'm not outside looking in. I haven't talked to her in years, honestly, a couple years. But like my whole thing, and part of when I stopped texting, because I was pissed. Because again, for me, she's the Democratic Party. Bless your heart. Okay. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Why are y'all sitting up here saying we're going to let Joe Biden go home at Christmas? He needs to talk over with his family about whether or not he wants to run. I'm like, this doesn't even, what is happening? And then at the same time, Gavin Newsom got a book coming out. Gretchen Whitmer got a book coming out, because that tells me that they thought that they were setting themselves. So in their mind, so that says to me, somebody got caught flat-footed and went along with the plan. They could have still run. You know me in the shadow campaigns. Like, so to me, there are enough people, the people who talk too damn much, they know. They know. And they're waiting on somebody else to say it. Now, Gretchen Whitmer, I don't understand why you didn't just go on ahead and run and do whatever you needed to do. I do not get that.
I mean,
Gavin Newsom, I understand because he plays games or whatever, but I don't understand. You can't be a candidate on some fix the damn roads and not be like, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't understand what there is to risk or to lose. I don't know, but I know that there is loss aversion, right? There's loss aversion. There has to be. I just...
And it's risky.
And it's risky. I just wish, because you may not have...
And it's kind of like, the Hamilton song, like My One Shot. You know that song? And you're constantly feeling like you have one shot. And if you use it and lose it, there's no more shots.
And that is because this is an entire like career pipeline track that I don't think the American people, here's another thing you can be honest with the American people about. Like, this is a workforce. Politicians are a workforce that I didn't understand how much like the career politician track.
Sure, but so in defense of that, I would just say two things. One is that to get into your line of work, right, it's about branding. So like the more somebody's name is like, so if they were a city councilor and then they ran for mayor and then they ran for state office, and like if you kind of work your way up the food chain, it's actually it's mostly a branding exercise, right? It's, in large part, it's branding. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is that voters continually choose incumbents. They don't choose other people. So
right,
some of
and
this
that incumbent
rests with
thing.
the people.
Well, but some of and I think that this is my other thing. Like, these are the things that need to be refined, right? The term limits, age limits.
Sure.
Like, these are things that,
I'm not against them, but you know, many of my mentors would argue like that we do have term limits. It's called voting. Vote those people out.
But it's fair for someone to say that, but to me, that someone is being cruel because it feels like, because it's not acknowledging what the system capture is of the electoral process. It's not like like there is one or two elite people, you know, that say yes or no to different things at different levels, and that is it's a system, and there's not a voting process that happens at every layer of that system. So I think it's unfair to present voting in and of itself as they chose who they wanted, because it's manufactured consent. It's manufactured consent.
I mean, in some ways, yes. In some ways, no, right? Like if you have a primary, you can choose your candidate.
If you have a primary.
But I do think
But if you're independent, you can't. Not in Pennsylvania.
No, Pennsylvania's really messed up.
Yeah,
so
not in Pennsylvania, you can't.
We're a whole different kettle of fish. But yeah, so and it varies.
And
across
the amount
countries.
and the competitive landscape, like in terms of fundraising, is whatever, with all of these exorbitant amounts that campaigns are permitted to raise. Like it makes it elections don't feel free and fair. You know what I mean? Because if I just decided I want, like, what Zoran Mamdani could run doing a camp, because Zoran Mamdani comes from money. You know what I'm like? That was I don't know what exactly he did or whatever. I'm not saying that, but even making that decision to do such a grassroots campaign.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, there's a certain level of confidence, like, you know, economic confidence that you have to have. And that is so rare that the absence of it is what most people experience. And so how are they supposed to, even if they were inspired in this moment, consider, how would you couldn't be a Zoran Mamdani if you were me, if you know what I mean? You couldn't do that. You have no...
No, I mean, like anything else, when you have money, there's privilege. And it allows you to make choices that other people might not be able to make.
Right. But I don't think that money should running for office be price prohibitive?
So actually in New York City, they do, I mean, you can opt out if you want to use your own money, but you get a certain amount of money from the government to be able to use, or like in the UK, right? So in their elections, like
That's information. So we should talk about, so then that's a good thing to talk about for all states.
Well, I mean, I think it's by jurisdiction, so I think it's just in New York City. I don't even think it's New York
Not
State.
New York State, got it.
I could be wrong, but I think it's just in the city.
That's a good thing to put to the people, though, as a forest for the trees kind of question.
And I mean, the other question still remains about, so in a way, the congressional level of funding is not your biggest problem, in my opinion. Your biggest problem is really the dark money that's like the PACs that
the PACs.
The PACs that where you have no visibility, they're behind a wall, and like you have no idea what's going on, and you have no idea where they're getting their money. So Elon gave like millions, and there's no limits,
this is the Wisconsin
right?
thing,
So
right?
he gave millions and millions of dollars. I mean, it's many places, right? He did it here in Pennsylvania too, but millions and millions of dollars to outside sources, and then they can spend the money however they want and create their own narrative. And so really, and every time I saw another one yesterday, you know, article about how much money, for example, Trump's kids are making, right?
Oh, I know. And that's, to me, that's,
so
yes.
not only is it corrupt and that's wrong, but in addition to that, you're just like, oh, this guy's going to have money forever and be influencing elections forever because we don't have the proper laws in place to prevent that.
And how about that? That's a great conversation. Let's put what can we do? Like it is a winnable issue. That's the loophole argument to me. You know what I'm saying? Like own the loophole system.
Right. No, I mean, and the anti-corruption argument is the one that Jen Ossoff is putting forward.
I've heard.
And people, you know, I think that is more of a winning argument. I think you've got three, generally like 60% of the more than 50% of the population in any state would support the following. Anti-corruption, or maybe not every state, but most states, more than 50% of people would support like a campaign that was anti-corruption, right? Getting the corruption out of politics. They also
I wouldn't call it that though, because then,
no, you call it. You tell me what to call it.
I don't know what but I'm listening.
Episode, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, I'm listening.
But something like that indicates anti-corruption. Now, mind you, just caveat that with many people think that all politicians are corrupt. I think some people are starting to understand that the Trump administration is a different kind of corrupt, right? So like it's
I think that there's a okay, so sure, I think that's a mistaken belief. I think that there's a belief among I say elites, whatever, that people are waking up to that, but that's not a thing that they're waking up to. It's just a thing for which they now have evidence of one person that they already assumed was happening across the aisle with everyone.
Yes.
So it's not that. And so what I'm saying is that the reason why I don't think it's a corruption level, because when it's positioned that way, they don't believe that what he's doing is, but what happens, it's not the word, it's corruption, because that's a character, that is a character, that's a character assignment. The upset thing is, how is this able to happen? How is it able, how is this happening? How is this possible? And then you start thinking, well, how do any of these, even looking at, I don't think most people know that the $174,000 salary thing of people in Congress, and that's the position of the everyday people that they're coming from, and most people don't make that. Like that, so meaning there's no way in this but through whatever is said that is character driven is going to fail.
Okay. Fair.
That's why I'm that's part of why I'm putting things this way. Because
agreed.
There's no way, I don't think that it occurred. This is the thing I don't think has occurred to anybody. But I feel like if more Black people in the party started talking more frankly to the rest of the party, and started talking more frankly to us about what's already been happening and what they're also doing, then you get to the right language. But right now, there's no way that anybody on the Democratic Party or who stands for that can even talk about it to me, because they can't smell themselves.
No,
they cannot smell themselves.
Well, and that goes across all races.
And that goes all that. That's what I'm saying, and that's why I'm saying this. And Black people. So my thing is, to me, and I know not all Black people are religious, and I know not all Black people were raised by Evelyn Wrenn, obviously, and I know not all. I have a very unique combination of genetic material to think it is. It's a really interesting mix with Curtis and Evelyn.
You're
You know
very
what I'm saying?
blessed.
To think about, there's no, to have a strong opinion, but to also feel like, but there's no right way. Don't come out here telling me there's a right way. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but to also feel like, but people need to be told and given a choice, like a
Sure.
real choice.
So all of those points are 100% correct. Totally agree with all of them. Can I propose the other two?
Yes,
things
please.
that
I'm
people
sorry. Thank
might,
you. Yes, the other thing.
agree on?
Corruption to be named, TBD.
Data centers. People are, and it's also a galvanizing issue in rural areas. And there is a lot of, maybe not corruption per se around it, but there's a lot of underhandedness and like backdoor conversations such that even the people in power, like county commissioners, don't know what's happening until it's like on the docket. So,
It sounds like the Disney playbook, the Walt Disney playbook a little bit.
so I think that's something that's getting people, particularly in rural areas, riled up in a way that is bipartisan, right, or nonpartisan.
Right. And I can see that there's a lot of trying on of the data centers, galvanizing energy. You can hear it just in the media and the reporting.
The pitter patter.
It's more than pitter patter. It's a lot of signaling.
Okay.
But it's signaling without a solution, and I to me, the thing that upset it's the things done in the dark piece, right? I think everybody knows that this is a whole what we're signing up for in this time of our existence, having experienced a similar time of our existence, similar times of our existence, right? Where these things come on the scene, we feel a way. Everybody tells us, that we feel a way, but nobody's telling us that we deserve to feel a way. We got a right to feel a way, that these are the actual ways that the dots connect for us to feel a way, that, feeling a way means X. Nobody's doing that work, right? Nobody's doing that work. The media's not doing the work. The politicians aren't doing the work. Nobody's doing the work. And so, but everybody wants to say, you feel a way, and we think you have a right to feel a way, and we got to work on these data centers. And that's what's told to us. But what's really, if you ask me, like but there's a different situation every place, right? Because to me, some of this is creating tangible output for this circular money in the industry so that you can see what you're actually spending on. I don't know if you've been hearing, but a lot of these companies are on these earnings calls with negative cash flow and a lot of AI spending and nothing to show for it. And nothing to show for it. So that's the other thing. We haven't traced all of the money. And we haven't, just all of, and how is it that is more profitable, productive, beneficial than spending a quarter of that on just give us jobs. Give us jobs, pay us to use your AI and watch us work.
Oh my gosh.
We will pay me $1 million a year. So cheap. Oh, I'm so cheap. Look at my legs. I'm so cheap. Pay me $1 million a year. Watch me work. I will spin off $10 million companies for you. 100%. Pay me $1 million to play with your stuff that I'm already doing.
Yeah. No, for real. I mean, the amount of work that I'm able to get done now with AI, because if you know how to work AI and you know what the outcome should look like, because like if you don't have professional experience,
only thing I can't do is hire a team. But guess what? You pay me $1 million, I'm hiring a team. Look at all those good old jobs across the age spectrum.
Yeah,
because I know how to build a team.
Yep.
Across the age, and different experiences. Yep. Let me build Penny Wrenn Media. Don't make it real hard to get the money. Just pick some. Just say like have an American. They should have American Idol. American Idol for like
they call it Shark Tank, don't they?
No, it's that Shark Tank means I have to show. Watch me work. You create some type of application process, right? Find 100 people per state.
You know what? Here's our problem.
What?
You and I produce stuff that doesn't it's not. We don't produce a Barbie. Do you know what I mean? Like, and what the Shark Tank is looking
but
for is the Barbie.
We
right?
do. But guess what?
No, I
Who
know.
has a
We
Barbie
produce
in
so
a
much.
live stream? Again, hire me. Nobody's buying this Barbie who's going to elevate the Barbie to the status that she has in this whole environment. This makes you want to buy a daggone Barbie. Nobody's going through Dollar Tree looking for a Barbie, but that's where I got these Barbies
Oh, no
from
kidding.
Dollar Tree.
They're so cute.
They're so cute. Now, guess what? If they were still in Dollar Tree, I could spend this little moment of content all around the world. And guess what? Bet you they'd be going to the Dollar Tree. At least 5 people would. At least 5. That's what happens when you invest in people who know how to shine. Who know how to shine and know how to make other people shine and don't see other people shining as
As a threat.
There you go.
Jeez Louise. Could we be done with that already?
100%. Let us cook. Let us all cook.
Let us all shine.
Like, if I'm shining, I know you're shining.
Yep. And also, I don't have to shine all the time.
But you can't help, but you kind of can't help it.
Okay, fair, but
This little light of mine, like, to me,
yeah.
we don't have to shine all the time, but why not?
No, agreed.
Yes,
I just mean to
yes.
say, like, I don't have to fill the spotlight. Like, I'm happy
But
to push
shining
other people
isn't
forward.
even spotlight.
No,
Yes.
but you know
It's
what I mean.
not. I know what you mean, but you're talking to the people who don't understand shine. We're not talking to them right now. Because if they don't understand shine, they're not one of the 5 people who will watch this at some point. That's my average views is like 5.
Is one of them Brian?
Probably. One of them was my mom. I don't think she's watching as regularly anymore because I got a little too vulnerable. But also I was having a really difficult day. And it was funny. I did this thing. You know how I've been on That Brother Paul for however long. I said the N word. I used to say the N, but I don't say it that way anymore. I say That Brother Paul.
Okay.
But anyway,
Oh.
I was having a That Brother Paul moment and something from the New Testament, because, you know, Paul says, don't be like tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine. And I was saying, looking every which way. And then I also described myself as feeling like I was looking every which way. And I talked every which way. I talked out of that every which way place. Yeah. And I've been thinking about that. Like, do I regret it, but I also I receive it as just what I did. You know what I mean? I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing with this live stream thing. It's kind of like I didn't understand what exactly we were supposed to do with our podcast because neither of us wanted to be content pushers.
Not just that, but like I think it's the rigor that's required.
Yes.
Like, not that we don't have it, but like it's like on top of everything
That's
else we have
what you
to
do, yeah.
I mean, it's like a full-time job.
It's a
to do what
full-time job,
people-
yes,
What
right.
podcasters really do.
And we understand that.
Right. And so you're just like, oh my God, I can do like a couple or like, and plenty of people release them, you know, like once a month or whatever. I get it. But like, you know, like if you want to be serious and really put something forward, you need something at least weekly, right? And it's a lot of content.
And we had already captured so much because we've been recording ourselves in I haven't played any audio. We've been recording ourselves in conversation since 2015. And I always envisioned
your auto app must be really full.
but I always envisioned like digging in the crates, playing those for ourselves.
Interesting.
And I knowing that, like, you know, because envisioned since the day I moved out of Lancaster, I was staying with Brian. You called me. You were doing the coach thing, and your coach kept saying you need to start a podcast. You need to start a podcast. And you called me one night, and you're like, okay, so she keeps saying it, and I'm gonna do it, but I can't imagine doing it with anybody but you. So what do you think?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, and we'll call it as in. And you were like, that's perfect. And it was like, okay.
Yeah.
And we moved. I was really proud because we moved forward. Like we knew we were saying yes to something.
We did. So maybe we bring it back.
I don't think it ever went anywhere.
Okay, great.
I think we just want, I
we
want some money on the
paused.
front end. I just want some money on the, like, we need, like, give us some money to make it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just a little bit of, it's good money. It's money well spent.
Yeah.
Money well spent. Oh, if OpenAI gives us like $10K, just a 10K. I mean, and we're worth so much, but like 10K just to use AI to put it up. They can host it. Do you know what I'm saying? That's a good 10K well spent. We'll promote it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's 5K each for real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, I think it should be more than that, but
Yeah. I don't know.
those are pitches that are worth making, that are easier to make now because the AI we have today is like,
it's not your Claude of 2 years ago.
No, right. Or even because we talked in 2022 when ChatGPT had only been out for a month.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, we're using, and you were using it.
And also, you were using Claude straight away too.
Yeah, because the dude left and made Claude pretty quickly. It was like January 2023,
Yeah.
February 2023.
I'm still paying for ChatGPT right now, but I might switch over to Claude. But yeah, it's definitely,
It's completely different now.
and when you get the paid version and when you train
Yep.
it, and it knows what you want, it's so fast and efficient.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you can get so much done.
Yes. You remember I collected URLs. I was collecting all these websites.
Yeah.
And I made the websites, actually built the websites in like 2 days.
With AI?
Like 26. Yep.
Wow, I just heard a story about that actually. Somebody in Lancaster sent out a newsletter the other day, and they were like, "We built our website with AI." And I was like, "Oh, fascinating." And this is like, again.
Oh, we have one actually. Let
I'm
me
not.
show you
I'm not
ours.
trying to put anybody out of business. Let's be clear, but like, graphics are some of the hardest things to. Did I tell you I'm starting a T-shirt company
You're starting a T-shirt company?
in the UK though?
See, look.
Oh, it's so cute. I love it.
I know, but it's supposed to have our picture there.
Oh, but I need to
Not
get-
the thesis, the as in that follows it.
I love the
It's the same thing as our little thingamajiggy, the
my
red
gosh.
one.
so cute.
All right, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I just need a newer photo of myself. I forget what I was gonna say.
You were starting a T-shirt company.
Oh yeah, starting a T-shirt company in the UK because they don't. So you remember in Lancaster we had Fox Duck and like,
yeah.
and here in Philly, you can get shirts that say John on them or whatever. The UK doesn't have any of that. So they have all the same kind of regional things, like regional words and like things that belong on T-shirts. For goodness sakes, and their designs are terrible.
Oh, that's
like
cute.
The few people that actually are doing cool things, I mean, not cool, but like things that would be useful on a T-shirt or on socks or hat or whatever, like they have no sense of design whatsoever. So I'm like, okay.
That's a cute idea.
Well, when I was very unemployed in March and April and in the UK, this was my idea. I'm not sure it's...
Have you built the website yet?
No, but I did develop the logo.
Yes.
And
I
used
love this.
I used AI to develop the logo.
Yeah.
And again, I just want to say to all the artists out there, I feel really bad about that, graphic artists.
But they don't want to work with us anyway because what were we gonna like?
I
can't pay them.
So
yeah,
this is
but
the
you'll get the
challenge.
work. But like, imagine the work and the payment you'll get when OpenAI gives us $1 million each to build out our businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming for you with that.
Yeah,
Wow.
because it's
Yeah.
it's cute, but also a little generic, like the logo. But anyway, no, I just
Yeah, and I'm
think there's-
hot. We're gonna have to wrap up. 'Cause
There's
I'm
lots
really
of
hot.
opportunities for new and good things, but what do you want to end on since we have to wrap up?
I don't know. Do you want to hear a little audio or do you want to?
Sure.
What do you?
Do you have something picked that you're like, oh, super fun?
I mean, it's not super fun.
Oh, wow,
necessarily, But
okay.
it's not. It's not a.
So no promises as if it's going to be fun or
No,
not.
no, it's not going to not be fun. Okay, 49.
No, because we're here.
Hmm?
I said, of course
Right,
it'll
of
be fun.
course
We're
it's not
here.
gonna not be fun. Yeah, I gotta find that. Here we go. Oh wait, I gotta make sure that. Okay, yeah, it's in there.
Are we still?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Why isn't it playing?
I don't know.
Oh, I know why. It's because I'm still mirroring. Stop mirroring. Why isn't it playing? Oh, boy.
That's okay.
No, it's not. I had it all playing. Oh, wait. I know what I can do. Let's go to the voice notes. I'll play it in the. Ooh, I'm hot. I'll play it in the. Means I got to stop this recording though. Let's see, Christina. Find an old one. Ooh, I'm hot. Christina Hartman, January 16th, 2017.
Wow. That's going to be an oldie.
So, obviously, this is for fake stories, which I think is a really great initiative.
I interviewed you for
Fig.
Fig.
Being chosen.
Oh, I was so honored and excited, and then to find out that it was you that nominated me was even like more exciting.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was when I interviewed you for Fig.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Oh.
Fig is a magazine, or was. I don't know if it's still around.
I don't know if it's still around either.
In Lancaster and a couple other places that featured local businesses and sometimes did features on local folks. It was great.
Wow.
Considered community building activity. And I was like, what? Like car washes or like selling some sort of
Okay, nobody needs to hear that.
This is what I wasn't expecting. That's not what I was expecting to play, though. So hold on. I was going to see if I could get it to play. So I also have my Tape-A-Call Pro here. I'm going to search her name because I've recorded conversations with us on the phone, too, haven't I? So she's like, have you? Have you? I know.
I did. Nobody has signed a disclosure notice.
I know.
Where's my
Okay, so I know, right? I know. Let's see.
I'm not a lawyer, but I play one on TV.
I know,
so
you
now
do.
my, like,
So I
lawyer
know.
things
You're
are
like, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't know about these conversations. She's like, I don't know about these phone ones. Okay, so let's do one of our. Oh, wait, here we go. September 8th, Penny and Christina. I'm sitting here and talking to Christina, February 23rd. It's not coming up. Oh, here we go.
February 23rd, what year?
Oh, this is Mommy was on the phone. That's so weird. Is this because my minutes haven't reset? That's crazy. That's not letting me play. I don't know why. And then I have a bunch of messages to you, but it's not. I guess. Let's play. Let's see what this is. Voice message to Christina. Let's see what this one is.
But long story short, I thought it was funny that one of the comedians was talking about generations. I guess they were targeting millennials or something. Or said something about millennials not wanting to do shit or whatever that kind of hackneyed joke is. But, of course, it got me thinking about as in and the generations thing in general and how you are. I mean, we've already noticed this and talked about this, how more people are talking about generations, etc. But I was thinking about like, okay, so a premise / format could be talking about, hey, here's the thing. The thing is being talked about in the media by...
Oh, that's the worried about the wrong thing. Yeah, generations. We've been talking about generations. Why don't we end on...
We have, and also talking about the wrong thing.
Yeah,
Gosh.
100%.
I mean, I think that's the theme of what you were saying with the Democratic Party.
Right, 100%.
Yeah.
And I give you that, worried about the wrong thing is a great... Even 101 Ideas for America, Power 2026. These are things that to me, I think I'm like, if I were in the Democratic Party, this is how I would do it. And I'm not. And I'm not the spokesperson you need because I don't, whatever it is that you guys seem to be trying to do, I don't do it. But at the same time, I know that what I'm saying makes sense. And if you apply it, if you apply it in the way
Mm-hmm.
that you mean it, you mean it, and you're really concerned with bringing in the majority of Americans to buy into American democracy. If you consider
Mm-hmm.
the democratic part of your, just for a minute, like just have some time where your goal is not just winning, is not whatever this thing is that's happening right now. At the end of the day, the very thing, the republic piece and the democracy piece, I don't really understand all of that, how that works, but I think that at least take the democracy piece. The only way that's going to happen is if you take seriously what the degree to which people haven't had a real choice.
They don't feel like they've had a real choice, for sure. And sometimes they have not had a real choice. Mm-hmm.
And I would say...
And that feels very disempowering. And that is why only 20% of people show up to vote most of the time.
And these are things that we can, again, AI, we can make a lot of these things measurable and see it. Like, we have enough data to... We could crowdsource. We can, like, this is the time when there should have been a smarter way to do Doge, because we all have the computational power at our fingertips. There's so many people who know how the different budgeting things work. Like, I don't believe that it should have been an insular process at all. Like, I think that there's so much institutional knowledge, like, that's just in the United States of America that is just underutilized, and it's almost perceived as if only the people in position know what to do. And I just don't think that is a fair representation of what all of us thought being governed meant. That's the part. Like, I believe that part of why I say the Constitutional Convention thing or whatever needs to happen is because we haven't been a good steward of the principles, the promise, the putting everybody in the position of the founders, right? That or like we've made it a game to debate what they meant versus making it law to affirm what they meant. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that we deserve at 250 especially, and me, I'm like, the bookend generation cohort of X, Y, and Z is just powerful. It's analog to digital. It's whatever comes next. And it's no coincidence that alpha and beta, like, there's the end of the line with Z. And that's why it's a powerful cohort that is needed to do it's a family business. This is a family business. And there's an inheritance chain. And we haven't done a generational transfer proactively.
Correct.
We've only done them reactively.
Oh my God, peeling things away from dead people's hands.
Yeah.
That's how we're doing it right now.
Literal, either old dead people or murdered dead people. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or murdered dead people. And neither is okay. It shouldn't take dead people. It shouldn't take that.
It shouldn't. Well.
Yeah,
we have a lot of work to do.
We have a lot of work to do. and we'll be back.
Yeah.
There's a way I'm gonna splice these up. I mean, what, as mommy says, the worst they can say is no. It doesn't hurt. I'm sure. Who else is emailing OpenAI to be like, so we got this whole project already created, and if you gave us X amount of money, we can make it. Nobody else is,
Why
whatever.
not?
I might as well try. I can literally program it in Claude. Claude can do it all for me. Can send the email, find the email addresses, can do it all for us.
It's amazing.
So why not?
Yeah.
I think we should pitch it.
I think also I just need to sit with you while you work for a day and see how you use it.
Yeah, 100%. I want to see how you use it too.
I like to do that. Right now I'm mostly using it as like a program or project assistant.
Yeah. But there's ways that some people call it like second brain thing. I don't that's a whole, you'll probably like that. That's a whole, I actually got the book, and I know I'm not going to read it. I'll give it to you. It says how to build a second brain. You'll read it.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. But it's the whole process. So anyway.
Maybe I can get it on audio from Libby. I love Libby.
Thank you for coming to the studio.
Thanks for having me. So great to see you.
It's so great to see you too.
So great to chat and
So
get
great
your
to
ideas as always.
And get your ideas.
Oh my gosh. Well.
All right. And Mommy, I know you watch this one, so you have a devotee of the Church of Evelyn Wrenn here. Okay. There's no piece of advice or comment that she's not like, yeah, that's exactly right, per usual. That's exactly right, per usual. Right down to what you say about me to put me in my place. And she'll say, that's exactly right, per usual. So, just saying.
Oops.
Okay. Including all the shit on the walls. I mean, she accepts it and receives it, but it was like, you have all this shit on your walls.
Who?
You, because that's what Mommy said the first time. When you saw it, you were like, you have all this shit on your walls.
No, I mean, it was amazing.
I know, but it was like, this is like
There's
so
a
much.
lot.
There's a lot. So that's there's a lot.
But it's the maximalist approach, like in
Right.
the best way.
Right, it is, because you're my friend and not my mom. But my mom was like, there's so, like, you both had the same, like, there's so much stuff. Hers was like,
But hers
how
was
can you,
negative.
yes, hers
and
was
mine
like, hers
not.
was like, yeah, hers was like, how you gonna be taking calls with all that stuff on, like, on your wall? And yours was like, how do you have all this stuff on your wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
also, and how did you make it look so great?
And yes, and how did I make it look? Because you called it the Golden Girls Meets Africa.
Oh
look.
my God, it was amazing.
Anyway,
I mean, if
so
you
this
saw the
is a-
original version,
Yes,
is a
yeah,
tribute.
this is a tribute to the original version,
But
but
the
the original
original-
version, and it
Chef's
went through
kiss.
so many phases too. So yeah,
It was amazing.
thank you.
Anyway, thank you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, bye. Bye.